You're just a tiny life stirring inside Mom. And then, you're here. Born blind, pink, and completely defenseless. Kind of ironic, considering your whole shtick later in life will be spiky armor. But right now, you're just a tiny, squishy blob. Mom gives you a nudge, and you let out your first squeak. You're still figuring out what this whole life thing is about. No quills yet, just your soft, fluffy baby fur. Cute? Sure, but not exactly survival material. For the next few weeks, Mom keeps you close, feeding you and teaching you the basics. She's protective, smart, and the only reason you're not some predator's midnight snack. But don't get too comfy. She's not here to coddle you forever. By the time your eyes open, you notice something strange. Your fur is changing. It's getting harder, pokier. The iconic porcupine quills are coming online, and just in time, because you're getting curious, maybe a little too curious. One day you shuffle out of the den for the first time. Everything's fascinating. The trees, the bushes, the ground, and something crunchy. Oh wait, it's bark. That's dinner. You munch away, thinking you've got this whole survival thing figured out. Then, out of nowhere, a rustle, a predator, maybe a bobcat or coyote. Your instincts kick in. You spin around and puff up like a spiky balloon, quills bristling. You can't see well, but you can hear everything. Every snap of a twig sends your senses into overdrive. The predator takes a sniff and backs off. Victory. Except, you weren't actually in any danger. Turns out, it was just the wind. Good job, champ. As days turn into weeks, your world becomes both bigger and more dangerous. Mom still keeps a watchful eye, but she's starting to let you explore further on your own. One time, you follow her to a clearing where the trees are tall and the bark tastes different, sweeter, almost like a treat. She demonstrates how to climb a tree, expertly maneuvering her body weight and using her claws. When it's your turn, you hesitate. The tree looks impossibly tall, and your footing feels unsteady, but Mom nudges you forward, encouraging you. And after some very clumsy attempts, you make it halfway up, before promptly sliding back down. Not bad for a first try. As you grow, the quills get sharper, and so do your instincts, kind of. You're still clumsy, especially when it comes to climbing trees, which, by the way, is supposed to be your safe space. You're great at munching leaves and bark up there, but sometimes you forget the whole balance part. And the ground? It's not exactly forgiving. Your first real scare comes when you accidentally wander too far from the den. It's dusk, and the forest feels unfamiliar in the dim light. The rustling leaves and snapping twigs make your heart race. Suddenly, a shadow moves. A fox. You freeze, your tiny body trembling as the predator locks eyes with you. Before you can react, Mom appears out of nowhere, bristling with quills and charging at the fox. The startled predator backs off, giving you just enough time to scurry back to safety. Mom stays calm, but you've learned a valuable lesson. The forest doesn't play games. Your mom is still around, but she's not helping you as much, not staying by your side every second. You're growing up, and it's time for your own space. She doesn't really leave you, just moves on with her own routines, letting you figure out the world by yourself. You're not fully independent yet, but you've got your own life to start living. And then there's the romance department. Porcupines don't just date. Oh no, mating season is like an awkward, quill-filled drama. First, you've got to impress a female. Sounds easy? Not with other males around. There's competition. You puff up, rattle your quills, and maybe even get into a spiky slap fight. It's like an intense fencing match, but with way more bruises. And if you win, that's not even the end. The female isn't just going to roll over and agree. She makes you wait. She's picky. And fair enough. Once she mates, she's the one who'll be carrying the baby. When she's finally ready, let's just say the process involves a lot of precision. You've got quills, she's got quills. One wrong move, and things can get very uncomfortable, fast. It's a delicate dance, mess it up, and you're definitely walking away with some bruises, and possibly a few new spikes. Months later, if you're lucky, you're a dad. But don't expect thank you cards. Porcupine dads are pretty hands-off. You're back to your solo life, munching bark and dodging predators. But as time goes on, life doesn't get easier. The winters are harsh, the predators get smarter, and let's face it, quills don't solve everything. Hungry enough, a predator will risk a mouthful of spikes for a shot at a snack. And when that happens, well, let's just say the odds aren't always in your favor. By the time you're older, your quills are still sharp, but you're slower. Climbing trees feels like a chore, and predators seem bolder. One unlucky day, while you're climbing a tree, your foot slips and you plummet. The fall isn't far, but it's enough to send a sharp pain shooting up your spine as your own quills pierce your body. Dazed, disoriented, you lie there. The pain from the spikes is unbearable, and you can't quite get yourself up. That's when you hear it. The soft patting of paws. A cougar, hungry, watching. You try to get up, but your body isn't cooperating. You're injured, vulnerable. The scent of blood hangs in the air, drawing the predator closer. You try to puff yourself up, raising your quills in a last-ditch attempt to make yourself less appetizing. But the cougar doesn't care. It's too fast. too strong. In a heartbeat, it lunges, jaws clamping down, and before you can even poke it with a quill, it's over.